And we're live. This is the Savygents live, and I'm your boy Down 4, accompanied by Big Al. Go ahead and make some noise.
Yo, Big Al, what up, what up?
How you doing today?
Que cos? Oh, fuck, it's just random Italian.
I'm speaking Italian already.
Yeah, some Italian's coming out a little bit, you know?
Just a little bit. That's cool. Alright, so we do have a topic for you, maybe a couple. We're going to touch on a couple of things with a nice quote of a day. The MO is what we usually do. So this guy, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce the topic for today.
Okay, so this is episode 20. So
this is episode 20, baby.
We're about to go wild with this one a little bit. So, in order to go wild, we need a fucking wild-ass topic. So today, we're going to be talking about the pregnancy scare.
Oh no, that test.
Ooh.
That test.
Yeah, like the text that you get that says, "Hey, my period's late.
I'm late.
How do I react to that shit?
I don't know what to do.
How much money's in my bank account?
My head."
Yeah.
My head.
I mean, it depends on who you are, you know, like, you can be solo. Sorry, like, not the name drop, but.
No, alright, that kid has like 5 kids.
Yeah, just no way.
He's a nuts guy. He does what we tell people not to do on the dating do's and don'ts. Like, please understand, those do's and don'ts come from, we've seen people go through it and we're like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't be doing that. Alright, so let's get a little bit more into detail about this topic, right? So, this comes apart and comes in place or whatever. It comes to play. What the fuck is the saying? It comes to play. When you're seeing a girl and obviously you hit her raw, or maybe the condom breaks.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways for this to occur.
Or you could be poured out 1% and the birth control fails.
Or the birth control fails.
A 1% guy.
There's a lot. It's a lot of fucking stress. I mean, for me, like when I was a younger dude, like I can't believe I'm gonna admit this on air, but basically, I would not in girls that I didn't even really know.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing that without asking. I'd ask for permission. That's the even crazy part. I'd ask for permission.
Yeah.
They'd grant it, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, it's cool." like for example, dude. Like here's an even crazy one. Like when I lost my virginity, I lost it in college. I lost it at 20. I don't give a fuck. Like you all know now.
Late bloomer.
Lost it at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost. I thought I was gonna talk some shit, but we'll leave it there. Lost it at 20. And the first girl I ever had sex with, right? So I wore a condom, right? And obviously, I in like 10 seconds. You know, it's the first time you have sex, the first time you're feeling it. You know.
Did you not go to bed?
I was wearing a condom first, right? And then she told me she's like I'm on a pill, right? So then I go in her, and I pull out, and then she's like, well, you don't have to pull out. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh. And keep in mind, this is the first time I've ever gotten laid.
First time you ever got laid, and the girl tells you don't have to pull out.
And then I can just come inside.
Yippee!
Yeah, bro. So it's like,
it's Mario.
Yeah, it was a fucking wild. I was like, I didn't really know if that was normal or not, because like I said, this was my first experience. Like,
wow. So that's not normal. Just to get to know, you don't do that.
Well, guess what? Like, she asked me, she was like, how many girls have you been with? And I told her 4, but obviously, like...
You lied.
I don't know how she couldn't tell, like, after 20 seconds of me lasting.
Damn.
Know, what the fuck?
So yeah, go ahead. You
yeah, so within that experience, right, so it's like, there was a couple scares in there, but, like, again, like, it was just, like, she'd tell me, like, yo, like, my period's late, but it's okay, it's whatever, you know, like, I don't know why, like, but I fucking really trusted this girl, like, for example, like, if I'm coming in a girl, like, the first time I'm having sex with you, like, without a condom, or the first time I'm having sex ever.
But she was your girlfriend, right?
No, I met her
So she wasn't your girlfriend?
So I met her out, like, once, and then I randomly ran into her again at another party.
Oh, so she's a stranger?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, kind of, but not really. Like, I already
you met her once.
I met her once, and then I met her twice.
You met her twice.
And on the second occasion,
we
had sex. But like, she taught me how to kiss and stuff. So like, there's some benefits. But like, back to the fucking point, back to the story, right? It was just like I was in that position where I'm creating fucking opportunities for the worry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
basically, I'm not like really thinking about shit. I'm just like, wow, this feels great. She said it was okay. Like, I'm trusting it, so don't don't be doing that shit, you know?
Yeah, you're wild, man. Dude.
Yeah, but like there's a couple times where she's just like, and then she'd just be like, yo, I just took care of it, and like I didn't even ask any questions. I just was like,
So she just went straight to like a plan B.
Yeah, probably plan B or whatever. She
Plan
just
B,
like,
yeah.
and then like at this, I guess later like it came out after a couple times. She was just like, you know, like she's like, yo, like I took plan B last time, like, and I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't even know. Like I wasn't even really gonna ask a question. That's like part of my problem, right? So let's go rewind a little bit, right? Not even rewind from like previous to that situation.
Yeah, good.
Let's rewind to get out of that situation a little bit, right? So when you're thinking about hooking up with a girl, right? Like we advise that you don't fucking hit her raw the first night.
Use a condom.
Use a condom.
Yes.
Wrap before you clap. Wrap before you tap.
Exactly.
Those are the models, right? Number one, it prevents a lot of STDs from going around. Okay.
Yeah.
To sponsor us.
Yeah.
And number two, like it prevents like a pregnancy. Like it's like it's almost like you have a would you rather? Would you rather get some crazy STD and have to sit down on your day and explain that, or would you rather have like a kid for 18 years, or would you rather just have like a temporary STD? There's so many different hands that you could be dealt with.
Exactly.
You know? So it's like wear a fucking condom.
Yeah, just wrap up before you tap. Wrap before you tap, baby.
And then even once you get to that point of the trust, right? It's like once you get to that point of trust, it's like you gotta ask her like if she's on a pill. And if you like coming in girls, like that's a hobby of yours, or like you and her.
That's what you like to do, bro.
And that's what you like to do. Make sure like you ask her.
Yeah,
okay. Again, like
ask.
consent everywhere you go is fucking very important.
You know, like even if let's say you're in an established relationship or it's some girl you're talking to and you have that trust, and you say, all right, and she allows you to go ahead and come in her, just make sure that you gotta have a plan just in case.
Yeah, that's a good way.
No, it is. It's very important to discuss these things because I've heard some stories of, you know, basically what you were doing, and the girl just kept the kid. You know, she no consulting the dude, no nothing. She was like, well, I'm just pregnant now, so we're gonna have this baby. You know, I understand that, but like they both could have talked it out, you know. It depends, like maybe a guy wasn't ready to have the baby, maybe she wasn't ready to have a baby, but she just, you know, she's like, yeah, we're gonna have the baby. And it's like, my suggestion is, I've got nothing wrong with kids, but my suggestion is talk it out first. If you're in a relationship and she's one of those girls who's like, okay, if I get pregnant, I know we're having sex raw, if I get pregnant, we're having a kid, like just make sure that's established, okay?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he brings up a good point. It's like have a plan A, right? So the plan A is right. So if you're going to raw, like you guys gotta have a conversation about some form of birth control, whether it be the wearing, the ring, the implant in the arm, or like birth control. It has to be one of those things. And if you're gonna both agree that you're gonna take the risk to come inside, you gotta have the plan B, right? So it's like okay, like,
the pill.
Not even like maybe the pill, but just the plan B. It's just like okay, it's like what are we gonna do if like we have a kid? Is it gonna be like along the lines of like, are we gonna have this kid, or are we gonna give it up for adoption, or are we gonna abort the kid? There's no judgment either way you go. Any way you go,
These are all options, people.
It's just decisions and conversations you guys gotta have if you're gonna be having sex raw, you know? Because shit happens. Like, and it's like even like we were saying earlier, like even sometimes on the pill or any contraception.
If you're a 1%er.
Like sometimes this shit happens. So you gotta be ready for that consequence and already have a plan in place. If you don't, the last thing you want to do is like. She's like, oh, I'm pregnant, and you had to scramble, right? You're like, oh, you know?
You never want to scramble. I had a scare also with like, I would say my ex-girl. She was my girlfriend at the time, and she was just, she thought she was pregnant, and I didn't think she was pregnant because I pulled out. But for some reason, she thought that she was pregnant, and she was on my head about it, and I was like, I was scared, bro. I was sweating. I was scared. I was like, I was in high school at the time, so yeah, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie,
bro. Like, but the thing, bro, like about pointing out though is like, there's always like, I know it's fucking so slim. Well, we're just gonna put that out there by WebMD. You get sponsored this as well. Basically, like there is a potential for the pre-com you're gonna go pregnant. I mean, it's so fucking small, and like. If you're already going in there raw, you're probably disregarding that altogether. Anyways, you know, let's be fucking honest, you know. But like, there's still that, like the pulling out, like it's not 100% effective. We can't 100% endorse it. I mean, like if she's on a pill or some type of birth control and you pull out, like chances of getting pregnant are pretty fucking slim, probably like less than 1%. You know, you gotta think about it, right? When people are even trying to have kids, right? Like they're trying, they don't automatically get pregnant at their one attempt.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean some people do.
Load, you know,
some people.
I mean some people do.
But most couples try for like a couple of years.
Yeah, so it's just like even getting like pregnant off of just like okay like we're hooking up and it's just like or like accidentally didn't fucking pull out all the way or some shit like it's slim, but it's just like again like our whole point being is just make sure you're aware of any type of consequence.
Be careful, really, seriously. Be careful. You definitely gotta, if to just avoid it, just wear a condom. Honestly,
or just do abstinence.
Yeah, just jerk off for 10 years. Do what you gotta do. It doesn't matter. Listen, so just you wear your condom. Avoid because wearing a condom is gonna like this whole category of being prepared or let's have a kid or you know. Oh, I accidentally came in you, let's take a pill. That whole, like, timeline is just not there because you wore a condom. You know what I mean? Like, all those, it just doesn't happen. You know, if some girl got pregnant and you're wearing a condom, it's most likely not your kid. You know what I'm saying? If you come, you know.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you want to, if you're going in wrong, you're gonna take those risks. Like, make sure it's someone you really trust and you have that communication. And like, I wanna highlight one more other thing too, right? And it's like sometimes you wear a condom and the condom breaks, right? And
that is true.
And I just want to
like, condoms.
I want to educate people on a certain point, like about Plan B, right? People probably asking me like, how the fuck do you know all this shit? Because I've had a lot of scares. I've been in a lot of situations. that's why I know all this shit.
Sit down.
It's not even a sit down. It's
it kind of is.
Maybe you're to yourself, dude.
Yeah, it's a sit. Someone's getting sat down somewhere.
I mean, doing your own research to make sure like before what you're doing is smart.
No, 100%.
It's rather like, and if you're going in raw, it's better to be fucking educated than ignorant. Like, you can't get pregnant if I'm nutting you, like, without any pill or anything.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Come on, dude. Like,
don't nut and go to bed.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line. Just don't fucking do that. But I'm just saying, like, back to the point, like, I was gonna make about the pill. And then we're gonna talk about, like, more detail about, like, getting that text, how you should react, where you should go, like, you know? And it's like, because there's two scenarios, right? There's one that you have a plan, and there's one you don't have a plan, right? But,
avoid them both.
Yeah, but, talking about the thing, so the condom breaks, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna remain calm, you're gonna chill the fuck out, and you're gonna go to the store and buy Plan B, right? And people gotta understand what Plan B is. Plan B is just a fucking extremely high dose of fucking birth control. That's basically what it is. It's the same fucking type of hormones that you find in your regular birth control. I mean, it'll fuck up the girl's body for a day, like make her have a period early, but additionally other than that, at least from what I've read, there's no long-term health effects to it. So just so people are educated about like what the fuck it is, you know. And then if you don't have Plan B, you can take 2 birth control pills, and that'll act as emergency contraceptive.
Interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that. I was just thinking. So the CVS is open 24/7, and they sell the Plan Bs at the CVS, so they're open forever. So there's really no excuse. Like I think there's like a 7-hour window or something like that. Or a 24-hour window, whatever. There's a window if you know.
Oh, you're talking about for the Plan B?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's like so you want to take it within 20. You want to take it immediately.
Yeah, he's the expert. You go ahead. He's the expert.
No, you want to take it within 24 hours because the more recent you take it, it's the more effective it is.
Yeah,
I believe in the first 24 hours, it's like 90% effective.
Exactly.
And then I think after that, it starts dwindling down. Like if you think you fucking nutted or made a mistake. Fucking get the Plan B. It's better to do the fucking Plan B than have a fucking Plan C, which is the kid, you know?
Yeah, and you don't like...
And you guys both didn't want the kid.
Why you're contemplating on the Plan B, your little sperm guy, he's still swimming, you know?
Dude. Like, this guy's Miss Frizzled over here going inside the fucking...
Yeah, he's swimming.
The fucking nut, man.
He's on a mission, you feel me? He's trying to find him.
Alright.
I'm serious. You act like I'm wrong.
I know, but like the way you're saying it, bro, it's like...
Why is he swimming like that?
This guy's fucking regurgitating a fucking health video he watched in fucking 7th grade.
Dude, it's whatever, bro.
You know, like, this guy's like, he's like, I remember a little swimming guy that had a little smiley face on it.
Hey! Anyway, no, but we're serious though. Like, I know we're fucking goofing off a little bit, but we're bringing valid points. Have a plan, you know. Don't just go nutting in girls. Make sure you guys definitely speak about what you're going to do if this situation does happen, all right? That's very important. Keep you from having a headache and fucking, let's say you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Like we're just trying to fucking prepare you for real life, and shit like this happens all the time. But that's if you have a plan and you know exactly the next steps to take. Now, what if you don't have a plan and you receive one of those texts? How do you act then, Alex?
Bro, like, I mean, like, also it really depends on the individual, right?
It really does. Please, number one, don't run. Like, if you run, what are you running from? They'll find you.
Yeah, don't, like, this is what I suggest.
Who's fucking running?
This is what I suggest, right? If you don't have a plan in place and you get that text, first thing you do is you call your best friend who's been in that situation before. And that's number fucking one.
And grab a beer.
And sit down a little bit and have your boy talk to you, right? There's levels to it, right? You can just got in a text and it's like, oh, I'm in my period, right? You gotta understand, when a girl's in a period, like, sometimes that shit changes by just a couple of days. If they're on a pill or anything, that also goes into contribution of it. Sleep, stress, diet, all that fucking goes into and affects their period and when they had their period.
Fucking Google guy.
Bro, like, I've been through a lot, dude. I was like, what the fuck you go through, dude?
Bro, I was a whole.
All the scenarios, bro, like, oh, wait.
That's crazy.
So it's like, for me, like, if someone said, like, yo, I'm late on my period, I'm not gonna panic until after 10 days. That's when I hit the panic button. It's just like, oh, fuck. And then you're in fucking some shit, right? So if you're one of those guys that doesn't know how to act, and like you caught off guard, give me a call first, right? If it's just a couple of days, you're good, dude. You're still good, okay? Just relax a little bit, have a beer, go out for a run, lift some weights, beat your meat, whatever.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
Yeah. Don't go back in there and have sex again and stress yourself out.
Yeah, no, what's wrong with you, man? Like, relax.
Exactly, crazy, dude.
It's craziness. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. One of my first scares, I didn't know how to act. I was that guy.
Did you have someone to call or not?
No, I had no one to call. I was scared, dude. I got the text that said, like, hey, so I think I'm late. I said, huh? What do you mean late? She's like, well, my period's usually supposed to come around now, and it didn't. I was just like, oh, shit. All right, well, how do you feel? Well, I woke up and I threw up and I missed first period. I was like, what? I literally thought this girl was pregnant.
Dude.
But she wasn't. She had food poisoning, right? And it was just bad timing. But we ended up taking the plan B anyways.
Yeah, just to be safe.
100%. 100%.
You gotta, like, it's not even with the stress. Because, like, I remember even, like, with me, dude. Bro, like, I remember there's girls I've been hooking up with, like, just casually seeing or whatever, and like we had agreement where, like, okay, like, it's okay for me to finish inside, we both enjoyed that, right? But like I remember one time, like, I stopped seeing a girl for a little bit, and then, like, I mean, I don't know, I guess I got busy or whatever, and then she came back, and for whatever reason, like, it was just like we kind of picked up where we left off, but like we didn't communicate that she was still on the pill.
So was she still on the pill?
She was not on the pill.
Damn, bro.
And I came inside and I was just like, oh. and then it was just like fucking, like, I was just like, all right, we gotta do plan B, you know? And it's just like, it wasn't a problem. She took plan B and we're all good, you know what I mean? But like, it was just like one of the situations was just like, dude, like, again, communication, dude. Because we're going at it like usual. Like, it was probably like a couple weeks to a month. It wasn't even like that much time of a gap, right? We're still talking. It wasn't like dead, you know? So it's like, you think things are just going back to status quo, which is like, oh, we weren't talking for a little while. Like, I wasn't taking it. And I was like, oh shit.
Bro, I've heard some stories, man. I want to be clear, it's not one of my stories, but there was this one of my boys. He was hooking up with this girl, and of course he nutted her. And then he told her, he was like, hey, so are you gonna take the plan B? She's like, yeah, I don't know. It's not funny,
bro,
but just for her to hit him with that, she's like, yeah, I don't know. She hit him with something like, oh, I forgot. He was like, what? How did you forget?
Well, like, I've been in a situation like that too. Like, one girl, like, I was just like, again, like, this is when I'm younger and I'm just fucking reckless. Like, it's actually, like, not gonna fucking wood, but like, I've been so fucking lucky with all regards to any sexual health. I've been so fucking lucky. 100% clean, no kids. Like, fucking thank the Lord.
Knock.
You know, like, I remember there's been times where I prayed the Lord, like, for every day. Every afternoon.
Oh, you prayed?
Pray pray, dude.
It's called pull out and pray for a reason. People are alright praying to whatever God they believe in.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
bro. But like, I remember this one girl. Like, I was just sitting around. Like, she wasn't on a pill or anything, and like, I would always pull out. I was like, I thought I was being safe. I was just like, okay, I'm pulling out. We're good. But like one time I was like, wait, did I pull out or not? And then eventually we had this discussion where she was like, yeah, I don't really want to take Plan B. And like this was like one of the earlier stages. Like I've been in this type of situation. I was like, fuck. Like, what if we don't take Plan B and like we get a kid or some shit? You know? And she's like, no, I don't really want to take it. It really fucks with my body. But like, this is how I found out about the birth control, which is a good set. She's like, I saw birth control. I just stopped taking it for a little bit. But I read that you could take 2 of those pills and it's still working. So she did that. Yeah, and what happened was she just got back on the pill, and then I just proceeded to do what I was doing.
Yeah, no, it's so tough you can't be savages, but we try to leave it with a gentleman exit, it's craziness. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It is important. You just communicate. If you're doing that, and adults do that, fucking, yeah, if you're doing raw sex, just make sure you guys have a plan. That's really what the message of this one is.
Yeah, honestly, like, bro, alright, keep going, dude.
Well, yeah, just never get caught in a situation where you need to scramble and you weren't prepared for something. Just know what you're getting yourself into. Especially if you're nutting in a girl, like, you're not, you know how kids are created, right? So, like, we don't gotta go on all that.
As Don was saying earlier, little fucking...
Yeah, little swimmer guys. But and then at the same time, if you're planning to have a kid, just plan it right, like, we're not against kids, we just want... Do it right. Like if you and this girl have a thing going and you really like her, she's your girlfriend, you plan to get married with her, and you guys want a kid, do it. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it.
We're just trying to prevent like situations that like you're not prepared for. And like I said, if you didn't have a plan in place, you call your boy. Your first thing you do is you call your boys in that situation.
Exactly.
You don't do anything else. Don't fucking text a girl. Don't blow up on her. Don't do
nothing.
Shit. You go in lockdown mode, right?
Yeah.
You calling your closest boy that's been through that situation a couple times. Like, I've gotten a couple of those calls, and my boys are like, all stressed out, and like, they call me, and I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of fucked up, but I get a little excited, I'm just like, I was like, I've been here, let me help you out. Coming to the office.
So you need the help. You do?
And I was like, how many days has it been? So I was like, dude.
Pulls out a notebook. Yep, how many days? Oh yeah, I got it. Oh, no, she's not pregnant, you're good.
Yeah, call me in 10 days and then we'll have a conversation.
Exactly.
And then it's like day 8 and they're like, oh, she got it. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm sorry that you had to stress. So we all do, but that's the risk you play. The risk you play when you go into fucking like going in raw and finishing inside of a girl.
Yeah,
you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready for everything. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you can call our fucking line, like I think we got it on our website, like if you need help.
Give us a call. We'll tell you exactly how to operate. I kid you not.
Yeah, we won't charge you too much, just come to our fucking events and like buy a beer or some shit.
Dude, yeah, a 6-pack, you'll be alright.
Yeah, or even just get a 6-pack for a pregame or some shit.
Some shit like that. I think is it break time?
Yeah, we got like a minute or so.
Yeah, well, we'll take a break. We'll come right back with the quote of the day, and we'll go ahead and summarize this very, very learning episode that you guys got to take care of. Break time. And we're back from the break. My name is Don Four. It's your boy Big Al, and the topic for this podcast was pregnancy scares. Oh no, you nutted in her and you shouldn't have. What do you do? Alright, so call the hotline at the Savygents. We'll take care of it.
The Savygents won't fucking take care of it. If you literally call me or Don, like, I will happily take that phone call.
Seriously, well, first of all, why did you nut in her?
Yeah, why'd you do that?
That's
what the doctor will tell you, like, when you go for that fucking checkup exam.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it scares, right?
Yeah, but basically, dude, like, what it scares, bro, you want to make it so you don't get scared when the scare comes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. So, like, basically, like, you want to have a plan in place where it's just like, all right, you talk to the girl. All right, if we're going to have sexual intercourse, right, we're going to raw. Maybe this is just like, all right, I'm pulling out. Okay, cool. The likelihood of her getting pregnant is very minimal. Because, right, like I said, like, dude, unless she's like super fertile or you have a strong ass fucking swimmer, you're probably Gucci, right? If you pull one out and she's on the pill or any type of birth control and she's taking it, or she's has a ring inserted or the bar, you're good. Those are forms, right? Fucking if she doesn't though, and you're not wearing a condom, you're just going in a route and pulling out and praying to God that you're good, right?
Hope that God is listening, number one.
Yeah, hope that God's listening, right? And you want to have a plan in place either way, right? If it ever gets past
He's a busy dude or gal.
Yeah, exactly. Or gal, whatever.
Yeah, God's busy. Alright? No time for your dumb ass. Seriously though, God's busy. Have a plan.
Yeah, have a plan, bro. And if she wasn't on anything, make sure you're taking plan B immediately after, regardless of whether you feel like you pulled out well enough or not. You know?
Yeah.
You know, honestly, like, I was doing it pretty riskily. Like, I never fucking, like, really did the pill. And, like, there was a couple times where, like, I thought I was just like, wait, I pulled out that time? I was like, I'm pretty sure I did, but, like, I'm not sure. And then, like, that, the peace of mind, I was like, okay, we had a discussion. It's like, okay, let's take the pill, right? And in the instances, right, where a girl is insistent on taking the pill, whether she might be on, maybe she's already on some type of birth control, or maybe she isn't, and she's just insistent about it, right? You can take birth control as emergency contraceptive. If you take 2 of the pills, it'll work in the same way as Plan B. And by the way, Plan B, like I said earlier in the episode, is fucking just more the same hormones that are in birth control. It's basically fucking birth control on steroids. So don't be scared about that shit. It will fuck with the girl's body a little bit. So like that's probably where the hesitancy is coming from. We gotta have all these conversations.
Yeah, just exactly what he said. Main point though, be careful. Know what you're getting yourself into. Know what you're pulling yourself out of.
Oh.
In other words, use condoms so you don't even have to deal with any of that. You know, and then let's say the condom breaks, then have a plan. I think that pretty much sums it up. Like we're here looking out for you. We've been through it. It sucks. You don't want to go through that. Learn from our mistakes. Why do Savygents exist? We wouldn't be certified to talk shit if we didn't know anything, if we didn't experience it, right? I'm telling you, I would have rather used a condom in those situations than fucking stress out for like 2 weeks and think I'm having a kid on the way when I wasn't ready.
No, 100%, dude. It's like always have a plan, and like if the plan fucking like for initially say like she was already on the pill and then you guys start having a scare. The important everything number 1 is to fucking do is like the remain calm, okay? Like don't fucking freak out. Don't blow her ship up. Don't fucking run away. Don't fucking like get us through.
Yeah, don't fucking run.
Don't do any of that shit. You don't want to do any of that fucking.
If you're running, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna look nuts.
You take a pause and you like we never really talked about how you fucking should respond to the girl's text, right? We never really talked about.
Well, no, we kind of did. We told them you get that text. First thing you do, you get a beer and you call your boy.
All right, what's next? Okay, so. You call your boy, right? Regardless of whether you've been in that situation or not.
Exactly.
Your boy will calm you down, stress you out. All right, then after that, you're gonna be on that call, and your boy's gonna help you craft up your text response to the girl, right? To the girl is like again, like you don't want to fucking guilt trip her. You want to put any blame on her about why this happened or anything like that. That's all fucking negative behavior, right? Instead, you want to be positive, like hey, like I know this is scary, like I'm a little scared too. I know like this could be stressful. Words along those lines, like be empathetic to it, you know, fucking, you know, or sympathetic. I'm using.
Yes, have some class.
Yeah.
Don't blow up on the girl. It's not her fault. It's not your fault. It's you guys both. You know, it takes 2, right? So it doesn't matter whose fault it was. It's no one's fault. You be sympathetic. You call, hey, listen, this was not my intention. You know, how do you feel about it? You want to talk it out, but that's what I'm saying, like. You have a plan before it even happens.
I know, but like I want to get to like when you.
The super.
This is not even if you. This is even if you have a plan or not. It doesn't fucking matter, right? You're still getting a text, right?
Yeah.
So you already have your plan. You're still getting a text. That's what I'm walking through.
Okay.
Whether you have the plan or not, right? Like. I know like we're emphasizing wear a condom, like that's not all of it, because regardless of us telling you to wear a condom, you're not gonna wear one, right? I must be fucking honest.
Yeah, dude. You know you're hitting raw. Don't look at me and lie. You're probably gonna hit it raw. Let's be honest.
Alright. Yeah. So like what I'm saying though, like you keep it calm. with the girl, even when you're texting her, after you had that conversation with your boy, right? Fucking the one that knows how to act. Don't call your boy that's cook guy or has a kid or two. Or,
Don't call the boy who's cooked with 3 kids. Yeah, you know what happens. You know, that's the only worst advice you can get.
Yeah, so you'd be chill with the girl and you just fucking tell her like, yo, look, like it's like I understand like this is stressful shit. Like work through this. Like you know, like I was doing some research a little bit. Just even show the articles that you're reading, whatever, and just like, hey, look, like it says that we have like we don't need to hit necessarily the panic button now. Like I'm sure like your period will still come. Like we still have an opportunity for like everything to work out and be okay. You know, be like that.
Yeah.
And then
smooth, classy.
And if it's not okay, then it's just like okay. Well, then you already had that plan in place. If you did, but if you like where you're just like okay, like we're going to adoption, where aborting the kid or whatever the fuck. You know, there's no judgment any way you go. I know those are all difficult decisions to make. Where you having a kid or whatever, you already had that. If you don't, you kind of shit out of luck and like good fucking luck if you actually have the kid. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and then also for another you know surgical women, they can get their tubes tied. Some women have that, and guys.
We don't need to highlight that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, guys can get a vasectomy as well.
I mean, like, let's be realistic. Alright, how many people are fucking our age and get the
Well,
tubes
I
tied?
don't know. Some guys are crazy.
No, you get that when you're fucking like 50 years old.
We're
and you have 10
hitting
kids.
we're hitting everything.
Alright, I
We're hitting
mean, my guy's throwing in some fucking grandpa shit in here, dude. Like, you're fucking retired from life.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Like,
is it an option? If
bro,
it's an option,
have you considered it?
it's been fuck no.
Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, have you considered
Sit down. Me personally, no.
it? You get sat down on a show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, episode 18 was a sit down. Episode 20 is not sit down.
Have I considered it? Fuck no.
Has a girl ever pushed you to do it?
No.
There's a
What?
That's a very interesting point that you're bringing up.
No, I'm just saying. It's
Don't.
it's available.
It's an option, but like, I fucking suggest you don't bring that up in a conversation unless you've already had fucking kids with the person. Don't fucking be like, yo, like my guy, like the context of the show is just
What?
fucking.
No, just
Like my guy, like, all right, and like if you're fucking just saying someone casually, do not fucking bring up getting your teeth done. So as a girl, so gotta get vasectomy. What the fuck?
no, hey. I'm just saying it's an option. You don't have to do
You
it.
do that after you have several kids, my guy.
Yeah, if you got it, yeah, you know, you can do what you want, world. Do what you want.
I'm sorry about that, bro. I'm sorry about that. Jeez, dude.
Anyways, I'm just messing with you. That's a joke.
I don't know, bro.
That's a joke. Anyways, we've got a quote of the day for you. Alex, you got it with the quote?
This guy,
He doesn't want to leave the topic.
This guy trying to skip the curry.
I'm messing around. It was a joke. We're taking it easy. We're having
Alright,
some fun.
let's take a poll. You guys think he was fucking being serious?
Come on.
Alright, comment below what you guys think.
Like, share, follow, subscribe, all of it.
Yeah, subscribe us for YouTube.
As long as it's entertaining,
share.
right?
IG. Yeah, I mean that was good because like it got me, let me sit down somewhere and do it. That's what a sit down looks like. It was very appropriate because we're at his place, we're on the podcast. He said some crazy ass shit like that, no relevance to what the fuck we're talking about.
We were talking about contraceptives.
Yeah, but who's fucking doing it?
Dude,
have you ever had that conversation
dude,
with
tie your tubes, bro.
Have you ever had that? This guy.
Bro, just tie your tubes.
I really hope not. Like,
alright, dude.
Let me reiterate that again. Do not fucking sit your girl down and talk to her about having her tubes tied when you're fucking casually fucking her. If your girl don't fucking tell a guy to get a vasectomy if you're just casually fucking, alright? Let's get that fucking clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
My guy.
Hey, I just
now we can move on. You know?
It was a contraceptive, but we've got a quote of the day. You want me? I'll just read it.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You get some boy over here.
After me, if I was thinking of this guy is fucking mad with you.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
This guy's nuts. This guy's a nuts guy.
This guy's not. Hey.
Oh, you're crazy. Anyways. This is the quote of the day.
But anyways, though.
Okay, I'm not paying any more attention. This is the quote of the day for tonight. Right. Know the difference between enjoying your youth and destroying your future. Boom. Go ahead and ponder about that just a little bit. You can party, don't party too hard, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this one, right? Because you can relate this to our episode, or about anything, right? So it's just like, it's talking about like what I was doing when I was young, right? And the first girl I ever had sex with let me come inside of her, and I didn't ask any questions. I didn't know any of the information I shared with you today. I had no research. I did no fucking research. Basically the girl was just like, yo, guess what? I'm on a pill. You can come at me. And I was just like, obviously I've heard of the pill before, right? But I didn't really know the details of it, right? I didn't know how consistent you had to take it. You had to take it a certain time of the day for it to be most effective and shit. You know, you had to take it every single fucking day.
Yeah, you gotta be on that shit.
You know?
You gotta be on that shit.
And then there's like placebo pills. There's a period where it makes it, you have a period. Like, there's a lot of shit. I know I'm saying a lot of shit. Like, you probably like, what the fuck? How does he know all this shit? Like, again, like, situations I've been in, I did the fucking research. Because for me, having knowledge equals less stress. That's the fucking bottom line.
That makes sense.
But, and then in terms of just talking about don't work your youth, like, it's like, you do like what me and him did, right? We fucking got in the car one day and we decided, like, wanted to drive after we had some drinks, right?
Yeah.
And we got caught. Like, it was good that we got caught and we got thrown in jail for a day. Learned a fucking lesson, dropped a lot of money on the account, and ever since then, we looked out for one another. We never let ourselves be in that part again, you know?
There you go.
And because of it, we have a fucking business, you know?
We've got a crazy ass.
Because I met him through one of the classes. We'll reiterate that. We met through AROS, 10640 Page Avenue, Fairfax, Virginia.
I don't know why you memorized that.
Of course I did, because I was there 4 fucking times, right?
Fucking veteran over here.
I want to hear some of your thoughts over here. Like, I fried your ass on the fucking comments you made earlier, so here's some time for you to redeem yourself.
I'm gonna go strictly on the quote, okay? Well, let me just reiterate before I get to that, because this guy is not gonna let it go. Don't sit your girl down about tiny tubes. Obviously, if you don't have any kids, don't get a vasectomy too young. You know, that would also be ruining your youth, I would say. Like, if you're gonna have kids, just make sure it's planned, and also use contraceptives as in birth control, condoms, and be real with yourself. You know, like, don't like. And there's just some girls, and you know what I'm talking about. We didn't touch on this too much, but there's just some girls that you know you shouldn't be nutting in. So let's think about that.
It's not too late there.
It's not, but trust me, you know the girls who you can trust, and she's a good girl, and she's only for you. You get that. And then there's some girls that you probably shouldn't be. I don't even know why you're hitting, but you know, just keeping it real. Don't nut in that girl, because let's say she does get pregnant, she's keeping that kid, and she's gonna drag you to child support. It's happened to some people I know, so you gotta be careful about that as well.
Yeah, just like the point is you make it like just like don't be down to anybody. Like, make sure you have that fucking trust. Like, even before the plan, right? Let's go way. Even before you have a plan or you don't have a plan, you're scrambling guy and you're calling a Savygents hotline for help, right? Like, there will be a hotline for help in the future. Like, we could yo,
there might be a hotline.
Actually, honestly, if we made that a fucking business, we made a hotline for people in dire situations on a date, or fucking they're like, yo, should I get to go to take plan B or anything along those lines? Like, that'd be fucking like, that'd be dope. All right, motherfuckers, if you guys use that as a but yeah, dude. Like, so it's like fucking like, just before you get that, build that trust. If you build that trust, if you're going to hit a one night stand, wrap the fuck up. Even if you're trying to build the trust with a girl, wrap the fuck up at the beginning at least.
Yes.
You know? And have these conversations. But can't use it.
Dude, we cover a lot of this over dating do's and don'ts. You just right before you tap, right before you clap. Like, be careful. I cannot reiterate this enough. Be careful. You know, use the contraceptives. And once again, the quote is for maybe the younger guys compared to the older guys. Like, there's no reason to destroy your youth. You have so much time to live. I'm telling you. Comparing me to 23 to 27, it's 5 years. It's a big difference. Now I can only imagine myself as like fucking at 32, or it's just another 5 years or something. It's like I'll probably be a lot more different than I am now. You know, thinking about a lot more things and
vasectomies and shit.
Exactly. Well, not vasectomies. What I do. This guy knows he knows I do comedy. He won't take a joke. It's crazy. Anyways, I think you have anything else to add? You're gonna talk about how your tubes are tied. Which one?
Bro, like that's a valiant effort, but as a film. Let's wrap this up.
It was fun. Let's wrap it up. Okay, so
let's wrap it up. Like, pun intended. The pun's intended.
Pun's intended. Anyways, I'm your boy, Down 4. I'm about to pass it over to Big Al so he can close it off. You know, he gets the sign off and I get the introduction. Very simple.
Damn, he's actually giving it to me tonight. I appreciate that. We're gonna have to cut that one little word I said earlier, but that's fine. But anyways, so for the sign off tonight, bro. Great fucking show. This is episode number 20. You'll see a little bit of hiatus in between this one and our next episode. I know we're just taking a break. We got other things we want to fucking focus on. Number 1 is promoting this fucking shit. Number 2, we got a whole fucking shop that we're building out. And number 3, there's a little surprise thing, but we're not really telling you about that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, there's 3 big fucking projects we're working on. So, with that, I'm Big Al. This is Down 4. We're signing off. Stay savvy, gents.